Hello to anybody that's there. We usually get on 15 or so minutes early and just chat with people and look at things and tell stories. But the actual lecture won't start for 16 and a half minutes. And I see someone here. Anyone want to speak up so I know who you are? Let's see if there's any Joseki to look at. Boom, boom. So again, don't worry about anything for a good 15 minutes. I'm just thinking of things we might want to look at. You know what? If we've got... I should now realize you're not looking at the empty board that I'm looking at. I'm going to bring up a game. Desktop. Profiles? No. Desktop. Go stuff. Game. Over here? Let's look under special games. Boom. Desktop. Go stuff. Special games. Is it there? There it is. Okay. Now, for any viewers who are just hanging out till the time, I'm going to share. On the right one? Yes. Let's look at a game. We've got 14 minutes. So this is Mr. Yang, who I consider easily the best teacher on the planet, but his teaching is in regards to fundamentals. So he plays basic moves. Here he's going to do it with 8-dan professional. I mean, he just plays basic. He doesn't do fancy stuff. And I find it pretty fun to see him play against 7-dans and 8-dans and professionals and just play basic moves and do just fine. But this game in particular was just really hard for me to wrap my mind around. Okay, he's the white stones. I'm going to move this up. Try not to see the comments. So he's playing 2 3-3s, which I'd never seen him do before. Boom, boom. Okay. In this game, I'd made comments and statements, and that's why they're marked. But we're not going to look at those. Okay, he has 2 3-3s on the bottom, which are good for what? Influence? 0. They're terrible for influence. And yet, instead of continuing a territorial game, he goes with an influence Joseki. And then he plays it out as okay, sorry for all the markings. Again, this is not a... So in this Joseki, I'm going to pass so we can see the board clearly. This is one of those Josekis. It's hard to understand. Black has how many points? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 minimum. Where's white's 16 points? What's actually there? We know that we get, hello, somebody that's walked in. We know that we get 2 points per thickness. Now, I'm going to assume you know that. It takes a minute to set up and show that. But 2 points per thickness. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I mean, pretty easy to find 16 points here. Or rather, 16 points of value. So black has cash, white has potential. But potential with 3 threes. That's not the same language. So hello, Finn. Drinking tea. Tea's fun to drink. Okay. So, Finn, I'm just showing, at some point someone's going to watch this and we're on 15 minutes early with nothing to do. So I just chat and everything. So I'm just showing us a game. So to me, this is fascinating. How's Mr. Yang going to use this situation? From black's perspective, black does not want white to descend because now white has a 9-stone high wall facing all white massive moil, not a moil, but yeah. So black can't let that happen. So black stops that. So yeah, so white to play. White just played left, which negates the black Shimaria wall. Standard Joseki. Standard stuff. Next, black is supposed to play A. Black says, no, I'll just negate that other guy too. Standard stuff. Extension. But notice, the A stones went 1 too far. So right away, I'm like, okay, what's white going to do about this? White drops down, which brings into question area 1. And is white is going to develop a center area 2? Black can walk right in at the moment. Will black? No. My guess here is that black is keeping his eye on the B group. I'm going to pinch, and in that fight, I'm going to make sure my B group ends up not too far from home. So right now, it's a little thin. So in my mind, he's starting the fight to fix the B group. I could be wrong. That's what I'm seeing here. White comes out. Okay. White has a problem, and white fixes it. Black first plays the sente, fix. So black fixed, he just got some sente in first. So black indeed got back around to the move he needed. It's all making sense. White attacks the A group. Black fixes. White stops black from connecting under as he attacks black. Threaten that weakness. Sorry. And now white's A stones are pretty weak, right? The B stones are not weak because they can capture. So white fixes the main problem. Secondary problem. Get out. Make sure we're out. Connect. And now, white's fine. Black's fine. If we stop black from getting home, he just lives. So done. Pros really don't play these until it's time, right? I mean, then black fixes. So why'd you come down? Ooh, it's endgame. That's just not, just had a bug drop down. Oh, there. Oh, man, that's a big old spider. I'll be back. Yuck. Man, I hate spiders. A downright phobia about them, and that was a big black one. And I heard him when he fell. Kerplop. I hate him. Okay. We still have over 5 minutes. It says someone's here. I don't know if that's still Finn or not, but let's take a look. And so from here, black's fine, white's fine. A couple possibilities here. Dealing with area 1, coming into area 2, because that's times 2, right? Black can gain that, white can gain that. But with all that being said, still, there's an awful lot of gaps here. And black has no base yet. He's not on the bottom. He only has potential to get to the bottom. So white starts in. I find this, I don't think I'd find that move. I don't know. It's hard to consider. And then white finishes the shape. That blows my mind. Is white weak on the left? No. Is black weak because of the cut at A? Well, if white cuts, black can just start coming out. Okay, that's Sente, and then, I mean, it's easy to do whatever. But to fix here, man, that's patient. It finishes the Joseki, develops the left so it doesn't get flat and ugly, and is now prepared to cut. Black goes on the offensive. White says, no, I'm out of here. And I'd be thinking about playing C or D now. I'd be concerned about black's area. But white says, no, I'll just cut. Okay, it's a big move. Black's developing. But let's remove his Sente against us. Man, that's patient. Oh, hey guys. Hey, Miguel. We're just going over some stuff before the actual lecture starts. I've always found this game fascinating. Okay. Now we're getting some complex issues. Okay, what's the result here? Black didn't get his area 1. So that's a success for white. The black B group is not alive. That's a success for white. The A group is way out, can't get surrounded. That's a success for white. All these moves, and black has not affected area 2. In other words, when white captures, if white takes it, that's really big. So this result is, as far as I can tell, completely in white's favor. And he's just playing, for the most part, very basic moves. Boom, 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 connect. Black A Sente, so we get over there. We fix this left side thing in a fashion that kills that second eye. Okay, Tari. Ooh, a ko thing. Ko's confuse people. We still have a minute and a half here. But let's look at this ko in general. White's entire A group, perfectly healthy, no nothing, perfectly healthy. Black's entire B group, only one eye and a ko. What is White risking? Let's say White loses the ko. I want to say nothing. It might not be nothing, but it's insignificant. And what's Black risking? Massive amounts. That's the game. So a flower viewing ko. We have a whole minute here. Capture, threat against the A group. Now, this to me is fascinating. White is playing the ko. Or is he? Is White's intention to play ko? I kind of don't think so. Well, what's his intention here? I want to find a natural, active way to defend my A group. Well, if I play ko, he's got to make a ko threat. Ah, look at me. I'm defending my group naturally. And that ko is still there. That's kind of how I see it. Anyway, time to get back to our actual lecture. This is a really fun game. It's just, I've showed it to a lot of people. It's very much not normal, not something you expect. But he goes forward in such a basic way. It's just beautiful. Okay, done with that. And that puts us here. And we are, I will take a glass of water before the streaming starts. Be right back. Oh, he'll be right back. I also will get a drink. Okay. Hello, everybody. This is the start of our monthly free lecture. The private ones, paid ones, are based on Patreon, and you'll find that at Patreon/Shygost, I think it is. And that's $5 a month. Gets you the lecture. I think that's the way it is. Okay. Let's take a look. This is me. I've been playing some practice games. I haven't played Serious Go in a long time. And this last, let's call it 9 months, due to students giving me a birthday present, I've been trying to shake off my game and start a little more practical, actual Go. Teaching is extremely different from playing. So I've been playing some practice games. I've been playing them at the 1-dan level, so it should be very easy for me, but I'm trying to think through the situation thoroughly and clearly, do all the readouts, make sure I don't miss anything. So it's a practice games, and I find them very educational and fun, and it's kind of fun winning. You're going to win. Great, I'll play that one. It's kind of silly, but... So let's take a look. I'm White in this game. I think I've done 7 of them so far. This is my latest. White. No, I'm Black. I follow the pattern, break up the board. Play the regular Joseki. I always play this because my favorite YouTube guy, Dr. Beduk, says just play this one. You'll be fine all the time with any of the pinches except that one. Okay, and I've shown before why. So I play this. Now, I'm not thinking, he said it's good, therefore I'll play it because it's good. No. I'm playing this because he says, here's a move you can trust. So I play it all the time in order to learn what it would mean it's trustworthy. In what situations? How is it trustworthy? How do I deal with it? So I've been playing this for over a year now, and I'm hardly scratching the surface. I'm sure I'm going to play it for the next couple of years till I finally get a feel for, okay, I think I know what I'm doing with it. He plays here. Really? Well, no choice. Do the corner like he was supposed to. And now we have choices. I would say 4. Finn, what level are you? Assuming you're still here. You've told me before, but that was months ago, and no way I'm going to remember that. Oh, I could mark it down so next time you show up, I would know. And Miguel, in case Finn doesn't speak up, Nigel, thank you. My guess is that you too would think, well, these 4 moves here. As Tenkyu, I don't think you'd say, oh, I'll leave this weak stone alone. I think you would notice that as a weak stone and say, okay, I'm going to respond. And there's 4 ways. How do we do this? Do you have any ideas of you like C and D? Now, I'm going to get right on that. Miguel, do you remember the habit I'm telling you to get into? Don't think of coordinates. What's the idea? And Finn, so we're going to defend that stone. And clearly white's terribly weak. So our main goal, make sure our stone's fine. Secondary goal, bother white pretty much as we can, as long as we're clearly on a safe path. We might decide that we're really hurting white. Yeah, but make sure you're not making a weakness for yourself. That's all so make sure the main goal is taken care of. Okay, and there's a cut. D is a strong move and threatens. Okay, D. White will not cut because white's just dead. And there's a ladder. I mean, give me a break. But we'll look at it this way. One of these stones is dead, right? So, therefore, this is fine. Okay. So I like that. I like that it sets up the ladder clearly in my favor. While something like C, very strong. Doesn't bother white much. You're not playing against white, you're simply surrounding white. I'd rather do more. Can I do more with D? Yeah. Can I do more with A? Well, all of a sudden, there's so much reading involved. Did you just help white? I don't know. So, yeah. Oh, I played this way. I didn't know I played this way. Why am I playing this way? Well, we know he can't cut me because we have that Miai. Okay, so I know I'm not cut, and I know he's about to die. Okay, it sounds rational. If I was to do it now, I don't think I'd do it that way, but I don't know. Okay, white, cut, white. And now when I'm playing the game, I'm starting to do all this reading, right? And I'm like, Why would I even bother? Kill the stone. It's so strong. Even if I can do more, even if he gets a ladder breaker, this is an exceptionally strong formation that I couldn't be happier to get. So I'm not even in search to get more somehow. I mean, oh, if you read it out, this does more. Okay, I'm still not going to play it. Okay. Now, Miguel or Finn. What do we play? There's two cuts. How does one decide? I actually, since this is practice for me and I'm really trying to not let little ideas slip through the cracks, I went back and forth. I actually thought about this at some length. It's a big move, very strong. Then you say no. Well, how come? So no one's exactly speaking up. The process I went through is if this stone is gone, he can't cut directly, although there's going to be some weakness there. But if I say, now all my weakness is gone because he can't cut me, it's a ladder. Well, that still gives him, wherever it's going to be, the ladder breaker. It's a big move to put on the board, and I have to come back. Okay, so we have, if I play here, there's a very small weakness. He can't cut, but there is a weakness there. And with this one, he gets a whole move against me. Oh, well, once I got to that point, I realized, oh, just take it. Capturing here is just so strong. I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to have this unbounded strength. Okay. White does life. Finn, should we try killing moves? Or Miguel? And why not? The thinking is always what we're after here. Don't go for the kill because okay, I will. Okay. So you both say no. Come back later if it's still there. Okay. Now, what Miguel said is go someplace bigger. Okay. Assuming a kills, how big is it? We're going to pick up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20, 22, 24, plus any in-game, 25, 26, plus what white has already, 26, some 28 points. We're going to call it 30. 30 points. You don't want 30 points? What's wrong with taking 30 points? I'm hoping someone knows the answer, because in my opinion, it's a foundational answer. And if you know it, then you have that at your fingertips another time. Yes, we said assuming it kills. We're not even going to look at life and death. This is a thought experiment. Assuming A kills, and it's in the neighborhood of 30 points, what's the problem? So I'll go ahead. In that case, yes. No, we don't. How come? Let's change things a little bit. Okay, black to play. We can, assuming this kills, we're not even going to question if it does or not, but we're assuming this kills 30 points. Well, how many points is this? Way, way, way less than 30. Is white going to respond to the attack? Yeah, it's Sente. Oh, you mean black gets this for free? Let's say this is 5 points. How much is that? Another 5 for free. White comes out. Black continues the attack. Another 5 points for free. So this is the deal. Gote, Sente, or in the case of the upper part of the upper left, double Gote, the smallest points that exist on the Go board. I can take 30 and it's his move. So let's look at it this way. I play a nice big move. He says, thank you very much. I'm now alive. And I play another, not huge. I get 2 huge moves away while he added, double Gote is too small. I've mentioned before, memory of mine, I was watching some pros analyze a game, and there were 4 or 5 pros, pro 4 Dan, pro 8 Dan, Feng Yan was there, that's 9 Dan, another one, and then an amateur 7 Dan. Might have been 8 Dan. He was one of the top US players at the time. We're going back 40 years. And they're analyzing and looking for moves. At which point the amateur perks up. He says, well, you can kill. You should kill. It's 40 points. And then in unison, and you may remember the story, the professionals, all their heads turn at once. And they look at him and say, that's too small. Because it was double Gote. And it was just too small. I got such a kick out of that. Okay. Plays here. Disconnect. Now his group, we don't have to read it out. It is in danger. Kill it. Kill it. We don't let that go happen. Okay. Finn, how's our A group? And Miguel, you can get your answer ready. In danger. I think that's a fine way of putting it. Can it live? Oh, of course. If white plays first, can it live? I would assume yes, but it's a weak group. Now, if you want to get into details, you could say, I think I can afford one more move away first. Or you can just say, I'll just play strong and fix it. Yeah, I'm surrounded, blah, blah, blah. Well, now there's a reason to kill the group. We didn't have a reason before. It's too small. It's double Gote. Not double Gote anymore. He can fix Incente because that's how he attacks my group. Now there's a reason to play it. It's significantly bigger. Well, lots of ways of killing here. I just went this way, which might not be the most straightforward. It looks straightforward, but I think this is just dead. But still, he's still just dead. Okay. Is white dead? Or do I need to add a move? We'll start with just that basic question. Can white live? So I'm asking these questions at the point in the game where I had to ask them myself. Okay, then nothing's changed yet. I mean, I need to kill. I need to defend myself, and I know I can kill. But is he dead already without me playing? Now, this is something you have to be sure about. E19, what about E19? We need to play it to kill? Is that what you're saying? I think you're saying if you play E19, white is dead. Okay. So if you're playing this game, and I'm talking to Miguel, but all listeners, it's the same, you can't say, I think so. If you're playing a serious game, read it out. Read it out again. Read it until you're confident. And you can say, no, I do not need it. White is dead unconditionally. And in your head, when you're talking to yourself, use the voice, no, white is dead. I mean, be confident. Because if you're not sure, you're going to die, right? Because this is one of those times that you need to know. If you can't read it out, then make sure. But let's just do a quick readout. If white takes this eye, Atari. Not an eye. If white goes this way, that's only one eye. Boom, not an eye. White's dead. Okay. So I play away. There's a basic Joseki here that I just followed. I put some thought into A. This is sort of a Moyo situation, and third line does not go well with Moyo. So I don't want to play here. I noticed myself putting too much. I mean, it's a feeling, I can't play here. It's too inefficient. But that's me talking. That's not the board talking. And I noticed that. So I started putting a little time into it. I go, okay, well, what if I play this is a wonderful move. I am no longer inefficient. Well, how's white inside? I kind of think there's lots of room. I don't think it's going to be too hard for white to do well in here. Okay, well, then I'll play here to make it harder. Well, now you have a big hole here. Nothing I found made it clean unless I'm playing here. Nice and clean. Sure, he might be able to flatten, but that's a whole nother subject. So I took care of local business. That's one thing AI keeps saying over and over. Don't worry about the fancy, perfect efficiency. Just take care of business. So A. Okay, white plays here. So there's 4 ideas here. And white's uncomfortable on top. So I would like to respond in a way that bothers white. D immediately helps white. So I don't want to do that. So let's get rid of D. And with D, what am I getting? Center? That's not too exciting. Now, B also helps white, but now it's corner instead of center. And that's a big looking corner. And dare I say incente, because white has to respond. Okay. Well, what about just playing that? Well, then you're back here again, and it's still invadable. And I went through a lot of variations. For me, that includes when I go through a variation, I really have to keep track of my emotions, because if I'm building a moyo, I want the moyo. This greed starts overwhelming. Or if he's weak, I want to attack. Bloodlust comes in. So my experience is I'm looking at the moves and constantly countering where my emotions want to take me. And I don't go there, calm down, try to look dispassionately. So I'm looking at all these moves, right? These are all regular moves. But they all mean that white's in charge of how he deals with A. And it's going to turn out fine. So then I remembered the most strong players are now mostly just playing this. Play it, make it high. Well, we know white's a bit too far from home. Okay, so it's going to be Sente. So I get this in Sente. That's wonderful. Okay. He comes in. Really? Well, options. Does my A group need help? Well, I can live or escape or attack. I'm thinking no. He can't surround me in one move, and he has all these problems, and I have a big area. So no, it'll be fine. Which is a completely different subject than Area 1. And this is something Q players regularly have a hard time with. They think, oh, my corner, I need to defend A. Wait a minute, that's 2 different subjects. The corner, which as so far has not been yours, and then there's the A group, 2 completely different subjects. Yes, they overlap. Okay, so my A group, healthy. I'm not about to take Area 1 in Gote. It is now mine. I'm not going to do that. One purpose move? No, I refuse. Okay. So what else can we do? Well, we can attack. This has been my goal from the start of this sequence, looking for how to attack. But notice we have a black stone inside a white area. So as white comes out, both black groups get worse. Okay, that's a difficult road. I'm not going to play that until I decide it's the only one. Then I'm going to decide what's the best way of doing it. Well, what else? Well, we didn't attack this side. Then when white comes out, we don't have 2 weak groups. We only have 1 weak group. Okay, that makes sense. So we're going to help our A group from a distance. We're going to hurt white enough so he's going to have a really hard time attacking us. So let's look at this move. Nope. How come? That's not hard on white. White can always extend if he needs to. So it's not a serious pinch. How about this one? Serious. What makes us think that? It's like, now it's not an extension. Okay. What about this one? That's a specialty move. We don't mind white making specialty moves because it's going to give us a ton of points. We get stronger too. So it's never about white getting a specialty move, but rather making it hard for white. Yes, this is severe. And this is severe. Well, I went this way, so it's severe and more focused on the bottom right territory. Finn, does all this make sense? I'm going on and on here. Sharing my thought process, which hopefully is good to hear. I see there's 4 people in here now. Okay, following. So this is such a good example. I mean, here you are. There's Finn playing a 1-don game. He's like, what in the heck am I doing in the 1-don arena? I don't know. But here you are. What are you going to do? Oh, I'm so afraid of my A group's going to get in trouble. Okay, step 1. Finn says to himself, calm down. Calm down. Can my A group escape? Yeah. If white plays next. Hi, hon. Thank you for closing. I didn't want to close when... No, because I didn't go to Kaiser. I'll go later. Okay, wife just came home. So there's Finn, and he asks himself, am I or am I not safe, my A group? Well, I can get out or I can live. So there can't be anything too critical, right? And Finn's trying to, get through this, right? Okay. But still, I'd like to help. I mean, what do I do? He has these weaknesses, and you start looking around and you realize that Blackstone isn't that great, and now it's worse, right? So Finn somehow got in the habit of doing little tiny 1 and 2 move readouts. One of the best things you can do in Go. Look 1 move ahead. You see the position in your head. You look around. Good, bad. Make it 2 moves. Ooh, good, bad. So 1, 2. Oh, I don't like this. Little 2 move readout. And if you can learn how to see that in your head, really powerful. Okay, I would like to help A. This move hurts white. That helps my corner. And then Finn gets all happy. Oh, I made a good move. I'm projecting there. I really enjoy making good moves. They're difficult for me, but it's something I can do. So it's like when I do it, I'm like, oh, it makes me so happy. I know that sounds silly, but I am silly. Okay, I don't want white taking my corner away. I need at least an eye there. And he's trying to get healthy, so I want to stop him. My first thought was this move. I was about to play there. But this is a practice game, and I'm focused on catching my knee-jerk reactions. You go, well, that's a knee-jerk. Oh, my goodness. The vital point is absolute. He is simply alive. Ooh, I can't do that one. Thank you that made me look. So here, okay, I have an eye in the corner. Absolutely, there's no questions. I have an eye in the corner. Okay. Get out. And here, I must have thought 10 minutes about this move. This is me practicing. I mean, I want to come on out, right? What is there a problem here? I go, well, just as long as you know what you're going to do, then it's fine. Oh, well, I'll just, let him cut me and have 2 weak groups? No, I'm not going to let that happen. Okay, well, I'll just go the other way then and have... I'm not seeing this. I'm not getting this. I'm like, well, thank goodness I spent a minute thinking about it. So what do you do? Well, I could always just live in the corner, right? And that's cut. So let's fix that. This fixes the cut. 2 moves to live in the corner. No. So you see, I'm like, Well, what do you do? So I started reading out. I wrote out everything here I could. I could not find anything I could do where I'm happy. And mostly it's because there's two cuts here, not one, but two. At which point I remember, well, there is the run where there's only one cut. So I look at it. And there's a lot of variations, but in each one, my corner's healthy and I can easily get out and start attacking things because there's only one cut. So, premise, I got to help my corner. I'm not saying I'm dead in one move, but I've got to help my corner. Second, I got to get out. At least getting out so, because he has weak groups. So make sure I'm out. Maybe I'm cut, but I'm out and there's Aji to keep attacking. So I just kept looking and finally go, oh, well, this isn't terrible. I actually started to feel happy. You went this way? Yep, get out. Oh, yeah, okay, out. Now, I'm about to play here in my head, right? Because we know 3 in a row is not enough. I have 3 in a row. The Liberators are tight. Nets become difficult. They don't work. Ladders become difficult. So we always go 4. But I screeched in my tracks. I said, that's a knee jerk. Double check. I go, well, if I do that, he has taken care very well of his A group. Now he has Sente. He can fix this one. He's fixed both sides, and I'm the one that has to come back and fix. That sounds terrible. Like, you mean I've made a mistake? No, that stone's not down yet. Okay. Me attacking the A group is gone for now. They're out. So I really want to help my B stones. They're cut. But take a look at that C group. Pitiful. Way weaker than my B stones. Heck, I can connect. So down I go. I was so proud to find this move. Thank goodness I'm doing these practice games. My go gets so sloppy. Just throwing stones down. Yeah, I can play at a real high level, just flopping stones down like I don't care. But with these practice games, okay, just double check, stop the knee jerk. And I'm it's nice practicing. Here, all my assumptions I had assumed. Then I'll play here. But I'm practicing, so okay. Oh my stones can't touch. Oh, I didn't realize that. I'm not surrounding them. Oh, well, I'll just switch to here. And every readout I looked at, white's fine. Like, man, did I just again blow it? Well, not again. So far, when I think I've blown it, I just take a second look and I haven't. So here I am again. There's no next move. I blew it. No, there's a third option. Just go home. That means he gets no points here. You get all the points, and he's still weak. Oh, never would have thought of that. I really had to stop and think. And now a little bit of reading, boom, 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 go home. And then we have 3 in a row is not enough. And he can Atari at that J18, right? So make it 4, which threatens to cut and kill. Okay, I am complete on top. Now I can fix. Now, I didn't do my original work of getting out well to attack. But instead I took away all his points. He has no eyes on either group, and he can't not let me cut, right? There's a cut there. So I'm still in business. Everything's worked. Now, this might be silly that I'm going through my process. It's not just my regular process like the list. How do you think through a move? But it's my personal process. How to, getting through all the emotions, double checking things, calm down. And it's like, I'm kind of hoping someone's going, well, that actually makes sense. And maybe it'll help you in your games. I don't know. Here, I'm thinking my A group is now officially surrounded. Am I alive? Step 1, I don't know. Step 2, a little bit of reading, doesn't look good, but I might be. Step 3, that sure sounds like excuses. I might be. No. What you're saying is, I'm weak. I might be alive, but I am weak. Okay, let's defend ourselves. Oh, much better. Am I alive now? Oh, yeah. He can't take that whole strong corner away. Not with his weak A stone sitting there. Did I read this out? Not in the slightest. But just with his A group being weak and my corner looking so big and strong, no. Experience says, no, I'm fine. And now I'm ready to play away. But one thing bothered me. Well, I played this. It takes away potential eyes in Sente and doesn't hurt me at all. It does not remove a liberty. It only hurts him. So I thought, well, a move that only hurts him in Sente. So I just took it. I didn't question, is the timing right? No, just take it. Hurts him, Sente. And now I can't tell you how much I want to cut here. Seriously. Just cut. Just cut. Let's fight. That's like, well, wait a minute. Let's have a look. Are there any black stones in this area? Well, no. Are there any black stones in this area? Well, no. And you expect to do well in the fight? That's irrational. Yeah, but I want to fight. It's just, so I'm screeching on the brakes. Again, this is a practice game. Okay, then what? So I'm looking around. What else? Well, this was I felt a good Sente. Doesn't hurt me, only hurts him. And I made sure that I'm not going to get cut here. Right? I looked at all the variations. Or I'm sorry, that I can't cut him. That's the premise. I can't cut him. Therefore, I compete. And it only helps me, does not help him. Okay. And then here. I sure want to play this move. That's where I want to play. But that's not a big area for white. He can't take that. It's too wide open. So I'm going into an area that he can't take. Why am I going there? I can't take it. Oh, you're building a moil. Just come in and take away the moil. So just play a basic building move. Quit trying to do magic. Quit trying to do great things. Just the nice next move. It's very pleasant looking. Is it cash? No, I'm not trying to take cash. Of course they can live in there somewhere. But that's step 1 of a good structure, making all my stones look good. Boom, boom. This one surprised me. I'm not yet alive in the corner, and I'm about to get cut. How in the world did I get in that? I don't know how that happened. A misread? A not look? Man. So what about just let him? I mean, am I going to play Ko for my whole life? Well, I do have this in Sente. Okay. But I decided let's start here. This means he can't cut me. Okay, he still can't cut me. I've fixed my main problem, or one of my secondary problem. Now to the main one. Oh, so you just Atari? That was where I was hovering. Ko for life and death? No. I didn't even think about it. I don't want to think about it. I played the shape move. I'm now alive. Oh, but can't you do more? I feel like I just got paroled by the governor. It's like, whew, I'm fixed. I'm so happy. I'm delighted to just have a strong group. And now finally the last pieces. Very tempted to play here because that means this shape, and he plays on the 3-3. Well, that's not a great way to live here. What? This way? Yeah. There's so I really thought of getting serious here and going for a harsh move. But no. Let's just play basic. Atari, let him live somewhere. I'll just get a big corner. Don't be greedy. Capture it. Sure, just come up. Just come up. Come up. Okay. You got a nice sized corner, but I have an extremely nice outside. And I've taken the bottom for sure. And is he going to give me this in Sente? No, he decided not to. Now, Q players, Miguel, Finn, don't take the stone. That is just a knee-jerk reaction. It's double gote, very small. You're not in danger by any means. He's not in danger. He's alive. It's just in-game double gote. So from there, I just started coming up. Come on up. I intended just to take a point. Okay, I'll take another point. Okay, I'll save my cut growing. Okay, Atari, if you could just let me walk in. Sure, I'll just walk in. Okay, I'm in. I just reduced him tremendously. Don't do the Q knee jerk, but rather, is this Sente? No. He's alive everywhere. It might be big for in-game. Well, let's check out the other one. Sure, you can connect. Is it big? No. Are you in danger? No. It's just little in-games. So we stop there and start drawing the new line. He's getting stuff too, right? I don't care about that. Mine is significantly bigger. Just surround. Just don't get weak. Just fix. 3 in a row. Fix it. Is that fixed? Yeah, fixed. Anything missing? Well, I do have a cut at A. I do have a cut at B. I do have a cut at C and an empty triangle at D. That's just a lot of stuff that I don't want to mess with. If I play here, which I did, all my weaknesses, he cannot hurt me. I don't have to read them out. It's a very strong position. Next, I can capture a stone, so it's not a small move at all. Reverse sente. Yeah, so just take it. In game, that's where the computer resigns. So my goal in sharing this, I guess I mentioned it already, I just want Finn to sit there going, I think I can play a rational game too. And make sure it's against the computer. So anytime you want to stop and say, calm down, let me think about this. Computer will wait all day on you. And go get some coffee, come on back at noon. You go, well, what am I seeing here? And it starts getting your mind thinking clearly about Go. I have a certain student. He finally broke through the early dawns and just started marching 3, 4, 5 and playing pretty good. Now, he still did poorly against when someone plays bad, because when someone throws trash in your face, it just gets confusing. What's going on here? There's such bad moves, you don't know what to do. A lot of players have a hard time with that. But against good, solid moves, he's getting good. But to get up in the real 5 and real 6 dawn level, we started, as teacher, I'm trying to, how do I get him there? How do I get him there? So let's play Drag and Go. That's the email system. Because between he and I, the term that came up is if he has to put a stone down, it takes like 3 or 4 levels off his game. But if he doesn't have to put one down, he's so smart. He might be the smartest guy I've ever met. And if he has time, then he can think it through. And now I'm not talking about technical readout, but rather positional. And so I said, well, let's start Drag and Go. So he receives the move, and that morning he's looking, and he's a little confused. So he comes back at noon, spends another however long, hour, half hour, 15 minutes, whatever it is. He sees more, but he's still dissatisfied. Dinner time comes, go back, look some more. Now he sees the whole board. Sucker started beating me. Dare I say, consistently. I hate saying that, but it's true. Yeah. So after he did that for a while, getting in the habit, thinking it through, we went back to real games where you only had, let's give him an hour on the clock. Couldn't do as well as all day, but at first it was actually difficult for him. So I get in the feel for it. Okay, let's bring it down to 30 minutes. Oh, his game started falling apart. It's like, okay, calm down, start getting the hold of it. Pretty soon we're playing regular time games, doing darn well. It was just a fun journey that you had no reason to want to hear that. But for me, seeing a student, learning is great. And for him, being able to beat his teacher and play, some good Go was good for him. And I tried to get all my students to, just think about your move. Okay, I guess we still have 7.5 minutes. Anyone have questions? Or I want to encourage you all to, if you have questions about games, questions about Josekis, moves, positions, if you send them, then in times like this, when we've got an extra 10 minutes, we can bring out the questions. Or if we get 15 questions, we'll make a whole thing about just answering questions. So feel free to send. We got 5 people. Maybe I'll get 5 questions. So nothing coming through. We have 7 minutes. What to do in 7 minutes? Let's look at a game here. Speak up if you've got anything. Here's a game. Some of you have seen this. White 5-5 opening. I've played it so many times. You know, this kind of opening. Is it practical? Is black playing a practical move? Well, no. But if we have black, white versus black, a 5-3, that's not too efficient. It's the same. Well, what if white plays this move? That's a good move. But you can't play here because white might play here. It's the same. So impractical, but on human terms, you're going to have to be pretty strong to pull it off against a, 5-don, 6-don. But the real question is, will you be able to use those stones later? I've mentioned I befriended a 5-don years ago to Go Congress, and we were talking about something. I said, well, for instance, so we started a game, and I played some random move, and he plays his move. I've just played some random move. He plays his move. I played just some random move. And then the game started, and I crushed him because I know how to use my stones, and he didn't. He didn't get the how to use your stones. How do you abuse? He didn't know. I just crushed him. So it's all about, can you use your stones? I just yesterday wanted to test a student on his process, so I started here. Actually, it was this way. I'm white. And we started a game, and it's like, what are you going to do? Why are you going to do it? What's your thinking process? And I hopefully, Mario, that was you. Mario's back there. It was me. It was me. Yeah. So it's fine, but you have to know what you're doing. Okay. We were just looking. Oh, this game. Boom, boom, boom. We went to there. Okay. White is pro 9-don. Black is he doesn't have his papers. Years ago in Taiwan, they didn't have professional system, but he was one of the top players in Taiwan. When he left, then they developed a pro system. He went back and still beat all his old buddies, but he didn't have the paper. Nor did he go through the process, which gives you patience and stability. That's what he lacked, was patience, but his level was good. And we have a whole 4 minutes. Locally, time for black to defend the A group, which is usually at B. But if you notice, black has a very strong C stone nearby. How much does that help A? Pretty good amount. Then why do you need B? Well, you don't really, not with C sitting there. So it's very much like black to play, and he needs to defend the A group. Well, that's a pretty reasonable way of doing it. Now, granted, it's off in the distance, but black has me. I connect home, take the corner, whatever he wants. So that being the case, black decided to negate white's wall, getting us back in the game. So This game, and some of you may remember it, there were 5 moves by white. And this is 50 years ago, at least 45 years ago. And white's moves here, Zhuzhou Jiang is white, taught me so much about professional thinking. Okay. So white's next move was the first one. White's about to play a 1 point in Gote move. How big is that? 1 point? He just gained a point in Gote. Is that a weak white group? No. Is black weak? Well, no, it's a very light stone, easily given up. Then why the heck are you playing there? Right? So you see my quandary. It's like, what in the world am I seeing? And he's playing this at 2 stones. He's giving 2 stones to someone who is virtually professional level. And I could go on 20 minutes, the stories and the moves in this game. But Zhuzhou had absolute confidence in victory, as did black. They both knew they were going to win. Fascinating stuff. And not time to show everything. But the idea is this A stone is very fluid. In other words, black can settle the left in Sente. Black can develop the top of the board in Sente, because these are Sente moves. Heck, even this is Sente. That's a pretty big wall facing the top. What did white get? The corner he had? Black can say, I'd like some center. I'd like some center. And then whatever. Black has a great deal of control here. So when white plays this, black has 0 control. It's a huge change in the character. The whole quadrant, the corner, right now, Aji all over the place. What about now? No, not anymore. Cleans up the corner, cleans up the left, cleans up the top. All of a sudden, so much can happen. So it's a character move, all about the future. Fascinating. And black says, well, I can't let you have that top area. Great. Then I'll go ahead and just live down here. Oh, I want to go on. I love this game. Some real things I learned. Anyway, I have to stop myself. I'm stopping myself, I tell you. Stopping. Okay, guys. I hope you had fun. Hopefully you learning more and more about the thought process and how you can do it. If it's new to you and you want to learn, try it out in a game. Send me the game. I'll make some comments and point you in the right direction. Okay, guys. See you all later.